Hi there, I'm Mark Sebastian, founder of Option Pit, and this is the Volatility Report reminder. This is for education purposes only. Shouldn't be considered investment advice. Options have risk. So let's talk about what is going on. I'd like to point out that everything, the new website is finally done. And so when you log in to kind of the whole piece of the website, all right, you're now going to be in a new website. Not like this. It'll be this really neat option members area for Option Pit members. And I'm excited that we're finally getting to do all that. So be on the lookout for that, folks. That's an important piece. And be ready. All right, so let's talk about the market as a whole. Well, as you can see, VIX is getting hammered today. We had CPI data come out, and it missed, and markets got whacked, and they have been being bought all morning. We went from down 32 to down 7 to down 1. I think there's a decent chance we see VIX go green today. Not VIX. We see the S&P 500 go green. The way it's acting, it wants to go green. In addition, you can see Fed futures are rolling off. Curvature is now really flat, with the VIX cash only trading at about $1 above the March future. If the VIX cash gets to about 18, I could see things getting flat to back into contango. I think there's a decent chance that we see a true vol smash today. That's going to really rely on us getting green. If you see the S&P 500 go green, look out below for VIX. Looking at the individual names, you can see Apple off a little bit, but it's had a great run. Looks like it wants to rally. Amazon up more. AMAT up more. NVIDIA, which we've been talking a little less about, looks like it wants to make a run to 240. Square, this is one we've liked for a while. We put out a trade yesterday. That one's looking pretty decent, believe it or not. So we're watching that. We're looking at kind of the major ETFs. You can see energy is down. So get this straight. We're worried about inflation, so energy sells off. Explain that one to me. So XLE is off. Financials are up a little bit, but everything's off a touch. Technology is pretty flat. So just kind of a day right now. Of the major indexes, you can see RUT probably the strongest. It looks like it wants to go green. That's usually a good sign that the whole market's going to get pulled higher. The S&P and the NASDAQ are barely off, so is the Dow. And that news was viewed as extremely bad. So that's telling me that maybe we've hit kind of the fatigue syndrome, the peak level of getting tired of volatility moving around, and maybe we're in a period where things start to crawl back higher. The fact that we could not tank, couldn't hold yesterday's lows, seemed to want to get green, I think is pretty fascinating. And when you see the VIX down huge and the market down a little bit, that's usually bullish. Last time we saw something like that was after Brexit. Because I think we forget, like, mild inflation can be good. So other areas I'm watching, CBOE, CBO. That FINRA thing's not great. We'll play around to see what's there. There probably is something. Credit Suisse, the XIV blow-up bank, is up on its earnings. You can see SPXY, some of the different ETNs, they're up pretty decently today. As I've stated for a while, now that a lot of the risk is out of these names, now's the time to kind of play with owning them, which is kind of the opposite of the way people think. But, that's kind of my approach is, volatility might not go back to 10 anytime soon, but it looks like it wants to get its way back to 14. That's going to be relatively positive for an SVXY, and it's only $11 a share. So there's some things there. There's some money to be made. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to be looking for ways to play VIX bearish today. I'm going to be looking for, with a hedge, I'm going to be looking for ways to play lots of the different indexes around. I still really like long at the money butterflies, although VIX is in, it's more at the wings. You know, that's really where we've seen curvature fall off. You know, I want to point out my little butterfly. You know, the straddle's in a touch relative to my Theos, but wing skew is kind of where it's at. All right, folks, if you have questions, you can email me, mark@optionpit.com, or call me 888-TRADE-01. Thank you.